It's locked. Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? The chest was originally open to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked. Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet, with all the money and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin color that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
We are horrific.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's not exactly the best situation in London either. I can't have expected this hospital to be prepared for what was to come.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks, maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed a body.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Do you need any medical assistance yourself, Doctor?
Come on, don't be ridiculous, dear colleague.
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett. Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Pippa, I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes? Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins. But are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break rules all the time.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke. But we do our best to get by. That's all any of us can hope for nowadays.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, sometimes we're just a test result away from a miracle.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
You must get a hold of yourself, Nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
I'm fine. Just do something for this pain, will you? That's all I'm asking.
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of me blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Fear and disgust on every street corner.
A giant room disguised as a hospital. Not so Pembroke nowadays.
The flower's dying. It needs water. It's locked, all right. It's locked.
Not now.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not... I am...
Do you need my...
You don't have to worry about me. Please, I'm a...
I base... As long as you're...
You're not the...
What make... It is... What could... Well... You... Questions...
True.
Do you...
Oh, no.
I see. Tell me more about your...
Harvey...
What is it?
Feck.
Tell me... But why...
Because he...
This... Do you think...
All...
Goodbye, Dr. Strick. Good evening, sir.
Reed,
Does my...
let us...
Tell me, are you think...
Harvey,
What...
I'm...
And...
Right.
Since
Let's-
careless.
We're...
I don't...
Modern...
If you have... I know... Aren't you... It seems... We cannot... And what?
I said...
Be careful.
I only...
Knowledge.
It is not a...
Thank you for your time.
Blaming me will not further your agenda, sir. How
Yes,
long's
Doctor?
it going to take to fix me, Prof?
Exactly.
It's
What?
at the
Your...
we
Lack...
London.
That's all for now, Nurse Crane. Thank you.
Falling apart. But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give...
Good evening.
And good evening.
What with the...
I believe...
So you...
Doctor...
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. Good evening.
I don't...
I see.
I'm hard...
Tell me. I was...
I'm a...
Tell me.
What I...
Are you... Are you... In others... Tell me. You... How...
I was...
Tell me what happened. The How... I'm... Goodbye for now.
Sweet girl. Reads me like a book.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I'm Beatrice Goswick.
What?
Not much to say.
May I ask,
I'm a teacher by...
are you...
Yes.
What do you think?
I have had...
Is there something in...
Some of the...
Tell me,
Vampy-
what do you mean?
She managed to...
I share your...
I don't
She...
Yes.
Goodbye, Mrs. Gott. Good evening. I'm Doc...
No.
Really?
I don't want to talk.
I suppose that this pain is the...
Yes.
Could you at least...
Mortimer.
Why did your
My mother just...
Pembroke...
Stop.
Is your mother...
That's tempting, Doc.
How...
So painful.
I'm sure...
Not really.
I see.
Yes, ma...
How...
So pain...
I'll let...
I'm alright.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick.
I'm okay.
Tell me...
I don't want...
I have to...
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me. I will not let you down, my boy.
Good evening. Did he...
Oh,
I see.
You...
How... Do you...
We...
And... I'm not familiar. Most...
It would...
Is... Why should...
I get...
Nurse...
No.
What, Dr. Tip...
If you...
Tell you...
Look at... I'm not...
I've decided that I won't... I hope...
Doctor...
Goodbye, nurse. Good doctor. And what? How...
This...
What? I see.
No.
How is your...
This is...
What? But you're...
What are you...
That...
What?
What?
Oh.
Oh. How... We can... And...
I'm the...
I'll leave you.
What must...
What? I'm...
Oswald.
How long? Don't be ashamed.
What? What is... Where...
This is...
We...
I have all...
Thank you.
Little result.
It's locked, all right. Good evening, Doctor. You're... You...
I...
You're You've not...
I am...
Goodbye, Doctor. Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they? Good evening. Always a call. Not a... What do you know? Please show me what...
Of course.
bodies will...
Good evening. How... That's... Have we... When we... Funny... Do you... Yeah? Why? Why it... Up yet? What with the... Since you do you I do... You're old. No, Doc. Do you quite to... Yes. Up yet? Who? I'm... Goodbye, Mr.
Never ceases to amaze me how you, the dead, seem...
I cannot enter. It's locked, all right.
He's too fucking fast! Christ, he's dead!
Good evening.
Time.
You...
Time.
Would you...
No.
Do you... I'll leave you. It's locked.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor.
Yes, Nat.
You've worked your...
Duty calls?
Many thanks.
I will not let you down.
Dr. Reed.
What?
If
New...
it...
What?
This...
Can you...
Well...
And...
If you...
Well...
No.
Well, Dr. Swan...
No.
How...
Every...
What?
Doctor...
I'll see...
Like a book.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you.
I wish I could...
I cannot...
It may seem...
Forgive me.
Please.
The Pembroke spoke discretion.
And you would accept.
Do you need some...
I have just...
Then ask.
Since...
You will find...
Must...
You are a vamp?
You meant...
Certain.
That...
I feel...
Yet...
The Brotherhood has studied your kind for...
Since...
Well...
Where...
To be... What we...
The man...
He was a...
Where...
The name means slave.
Just for clarity.
A skull is easier to eliminate, Jonathan.
We'll see each other again.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet Lady of Mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Apologies.
The pleasure is...
I hope you're more
You must have countless questions.
Dr.
These past insufferable...
Please continue.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed.
Is it...
Now aren't you the blunt?
Excuse my impertinence, your ladyship.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the...
I'll take care of it.
If that was the case, I'd set...
I'll meet that woman.
My life, as other... Is our little mystery closer to...
I think of no...
My situation...
What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam.
Preposterous.
Dr. Swansea is quite...
How brave. Threatening an old...
Harriet Jones. Indeed.
Oh, better than any patient.
I heard there have been some...
Blackmail?
I assure you, madam, that...
Debauchery?
Really?
This is your business.
Thank you for your time. Miss Jones. Now...
Well...
Have you...
It would be...
Every... Come. If you...
It's terrible, Doctor.
I see.
No one...
I'll come and visit... The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them. It's locked, all right.
Blaming me will not further your agenda, sir.
Good evening.
Let me...
No.
That...
What?
Let me...
Goodbye.
If Pembroke still Good evening.
Do you... Have you...
I've no...
Goodbye, nurse.
relax. Don't worry, we're safe. Don't worry, we're safe.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals, or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor. This is despicable. I can't believe I'm doing this. What sort of creature is this? Not a lot to check, but I should anyway. Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her. I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this. Are you injured?
Help me get out of here!
I'm Dr. Reed.
Okay.
Mr. Thatcher?
Yes.
Good. This must be Clay Cox's knife. A fine blade. No wonder he wants it back.
This is not a place for you, sir. A leech! A leech!
There's one of them vermin! Look at it! Got that
I have this thirst for blood. This is despicable. I cannot enter. It's locked.
Have you...
Not yet.
All right.
I have all the information I...
Thank you.
It's an leech! You'll pay for that! It's down! Finish! It's one of them! Stupid beast! You'll pay for that! Find his
The Pembroke is so lucky to have Dr. Reed.
It's locked, all right.
Hey!
I have found...
In that...
I hope that...
Who knows?
You're lucky to be alive, Mr.
This place is...
Consider yourself lucky.
Don't play the innocent with me. I'm sure you have good...
You're lucky to be alive.
Of course.
I'll leave you.
That was fast.
I'm afraid the trail of breadcrumbs leads...
Is that so?
Now it's time for you to be...
Machination? Do you...
I hadn't...
Do be careful, my good doctor.
I'll return...
That was fast.
I'm afraid...
Is that so?
Now it's...
Machin...
I hadn't...
Do be careful.
I'll return...
Step away, sir. Out! I'm talking to you, you twat!
It's one of them!
This one's mine! Piece of shit!
I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this. I have blood.
bloody leeches every night. Aye, but the guards recruiting more and more every year.
Look at it! Vicious bugger! Murderous bastard!
Best turn around if I were you. He's Take it! We have to stop it!
It's locked. Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Fuck you all! Fuck it all! Stop it now, Albert, stop it! Me, I'll not die in some stinking alley reeking worse than a week-old lavvy. Son.
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me.
If you've been hurt...
Name's Albert.
Do you know... What?
Hey!
All...
Son of...
It's true.
I said...
Goodbye, young...
will be proud of me.
What? Shooting a board.
What?
I'm
No.
What? No. You mean...
Yeah.
You don't...
Not.
The hat... Do you... Really?
Would it?
What? What?
The dog...
Nah. A gun? I have this thirst for blood.
Will give you faith again.
Good evening, miss.
Good evening.
Actually...
Then you have
Oh.
Ah.
I'd like to...
Good evening. I don't... Never met...
Tell me.
Read...
What?
No.
Is...
Had...
Goodbye.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the flu is no match for
What do you want?
Good evening, sir.
There is no door.
I'm afraid this medic...
Really?
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Welcome, sir.
I am
Doctor.
Right then. Excuse
Another.
I'm not
a doctor.
Really?
I'm joking.
Have you? Could you?
She's in.
May I?
No.
This part.
Toad.
Goodbye.
Thanks.
You. How is it? Ice?
It's no.
As
where you?
Where?
In the cloak.
Have
no.
Have you? Yeah.
Or
that.
You're
Have you heard?
No.
Yeah.
Dorothy.
That.
You're
Goodbye for now. Hello, young man. I'm
sorry. No, sir.
Your father is what?
So my... Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
So?
I'm not bothered.
How?
My...
Why? I'm sure...
That's
if like... So that...
I'm not...
Do you...
Yes.
Goodbye.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
It's locked, all right. It's locked, all right. It's locked.
Not to give you another beating, Barrett.
Don't be shy, Han.
I'm not looking for what you're...
All right.
Chris...
I don't... If it...
You...
And you...
Do you see...
Dorothy...
Tell me...
Are you joking?
I have no... I'll...
You...
Goodbye.
So, Doctor...
What is...
If yeah.
What is he?
Swipe. Not a...
Have you...
I'll...
Chris, do you... Goodbye. I'm... Mel... Very well.
See them fancy Power of the Lord! We have to stop her!